Otoplasty, also known as cosmetic ear surgery, is a procedure to change the shape, position, or size of the ears. According to the Mayo Clinic, you might choose this procedure if you're bothered by how far your ears stick out, or if your ear or ears are misshapen due to an injury or birth defect. So let's bring in our good friend Dr. Cordestani from AOMS, joining us today to talk about this procedure. Let's explain just a little bit more about people who would be good candidates for this surgery.
Well, Andy, first of all, thank you as always.
Yeah, man, we love catching up with you.
It's always good to kind of be here, kind of educate the people. Well, the real population that really comes in and is curious about otoplasty really breaks down to people who, as you said, you mentioned in the opening, congenital problems where they've had either really large ears, smaller ears, something that's deformed, and the symmetry is off. It's always about balance and symmetry with the ears. So the second grouping is many times people who've had an injury, something cut, keloid, something has changed the shape of the ear over time. And the third one is just psychological. Some people come in and they're happy with everything else, and every time they look in the mirror, they just like that thing about the ear. And it just catches them, and it really is something that they need to handle. And it's doable. It's a good surgery. It's a good surgery, and it's very quick too, right? Well, you know, there's the old joke to saying you never want to go to a surgeon that's quick. You just want to go to a surgeon that's good. Right. So we never say it's quick. Okay. But we say that compared to many other surgeries, it's much less complicated. Right. So when we think about otoplasty, the important things to think about is, one, is the surgery is not very complicated. Okay. Two, is surprisingly, compared to all the breadth of surgery and the cost these days, it's surprisingly inexpensive. And three, which people don't really think about, is the recovery time is very short. We're looking at what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks, 3 weeks, mostly when people come in, and especially it fits because people think it's going to have some sort of a very extensive recovery period. We do the operation, they go home in a couple of hours, they come back, we check on them, and within about 2 weeks they wear a headband at night, and off you go. And that's it? That's it. Obviously, for kids that are in school, spring break would have been a good time, but we've got the summer coming up, so now is a good time to start talking about that opportunity. What ages do you kind of, when you start thinking about this surgery, what age is it where you can go, yeah, that's a good time? Well, the book, or you might say the reference point, usually above 5 years of age. Because the main thing is we want to think about, you know, not really changing a shape of a body anatomical location until they're fully grown. So, but ears, surprisingly, kids' ears, by the time that they're 10, 12, 15, their ears are pretty much what the size they're going to be. Right. Unless you're dealing with a microtia, which is smaller than normal, or macrotia, which is bigger than normal. Okay. But, you know, they tend to get fairly, you know, to the size they're going to be pretty early on. All right, very good. So if this is a surgery that sounds like something that you may want to think about, you've got more questions about it, why don't you ask the professionals over at AOMS. Dr. Cordestani and that group can make sure that you get taken care of. They're over on Soncy Road. You can set up an appointment, 806-803-9452. That is just one of the areas of expertise that you guys obviously take care of. So if you have any questions when it comes to plastic surgery options, it's a good place to start by talking to Dr. Cordestani. Well, thanks. Always good to catch up with you. Coming up, we've got more Studio 4 on the way. Grammy-nominated singer-songwriter